Hello, welcome back for day 3 of your writing. So make sure you've done your journal entry for the day. It is Wednesday, March 25th. Wednesday, March 25th. So make sure you have your journal ready to go and that you've done that first thing. Today, I'm going to quickly review. So we've done your research in your web, so make sure you have that out because you're going to want to make sure you reference that as you're writing your rough draft. So make sure you have that out on your piece of paper. And let's quickly review the parts. Like I mentioned, you're going to do 5 paragraphs. So paragraph 1 is going to be your introduction. That's what we're going to work on today. So the main thing is you want to hook the reader. So we've talked a lot about that in my class. I'm sure other teachers have too, of like what that means to hook the reader. So think of like a fish with a hook. It's hard to get away, right? If a fish gets caught on a hook, it's very difficult to swim away. So I want to, when I read your first paragraph, I want to be like, wow, I got to read more. I hope there's more to this. So you want to get right away, you want to get your reader's attention. That's really important. You don't just want to start out really boring because then they might not want to continue reading it. So some ways you can do that is you can start out with a really interesting fact, or start out with a question, or start out with some quotes, or start out with some dialogue. Dialogue might be a little bit harder with informational writing, but you certainly can try. But you want to try to find a way to make it interesting, like, wow, I want to read more. So today you are going to work on your introduction, okay? So your introduction piece. So if you remember, I titled mine, Dolphins Are a Lot Like Us. And so my whole paper is going to be focused on dolphins and how they're like us. So my introduction to my rough draft is, I know that's kind of hard to see, but did you know that dolphins are not actually considered fish? Most people think they are, and they don't know that, like humans, dolphins are actually mammals. Let's explore a little more about dolphins and their characteristics. So, pretty simple. It was 3 complete sentences, but 3 really good sentences. I encourage you to write 3 to 5 really good sentences for your introduction. And I started out with a question. I said, did you know that dolphins are not actually considered fish? Because a lot of people think, since they swim in the water, they just think they're like whales, or they group them in that category. But they're not. They're actually mammals. So I wanted to provide the reader with information of that. So right off the bat, I tried to hook the reader. And then my sentence going into my body paragraph says, let's explore a little bit more about their characteristics. So hopefully my reader's like, oh, yeah, okay, I want to know more about dolphins. I want to keep reading this. And then they'll continue to want to read it. So try to come up with a really fascinating way to start your paper, hook your reader, come up with a question, start them out with like the most interesting fact you find. I love when I like read a really cool fact. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that. That like blew my mind. So I gotta read more about this topic. You guys are very creative. This is your time, especially in that first paragraph, to use your creativity of how you're gonna add your voice, your personality, and hook your reader to want to read more. So that's your assignment today. Is work on your journal. Then I've linked a short video all about how to, again, kind of just reemphasizing what I just said about how to hook your reader and how important that introduction paragraph is. I think it's probably the most important part of your paper because you want to start out really strong so that they want to read more and want to know more. So try it out today. That introduction, don't forget to indent. And again, this is a rough draft, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You just get out a piece of paper, indent, and start writing a full paragraph. So just work on just the introduction today. Feel free, your teachers will see it as you're working on it. So as I will go on and see them and comment maybe like, wow, that was a great introduction. So I want to see today some really good introductions. Feel free to share it with a family member or have parents help you as well. Work on that first paragraph, and you're going to handwrite it today. You're not going to worry about typing or anything yet. So grab out another piece of paper, and you're going to handwrite your first paragraph for your introduction. So good luck, and I am excited to read these papers and get hooked right off the bat. Good luck.